What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be going over my Springfield TRP. This is my newest pistol. This is in their Coyote Brown Cerakote. This is chambered in, of course, the Lord's caliber 45 there. You can tell just by, how large that that barrel is there. I did get this off Gunbroker. So I got this off of Osage County Guns. It's a guy out of Missouri. I got this on May 24th. Shipped within about a week. It was originally listed on Gunbroker for $16.49. After all the taxes and everything, it came out to $18.59, so not too bad. The MSRP on this is $19.99, so $2,000 for this. Obviously, MSRP is going to be a little higher than what you're normally going to find it for in stores. As I said before, this is their Coyote Brown. This is their forged steel frame. They do have a smaller one. That's a 4.25 inch barrel. That's also the same color, but it's an aluminum frame. It's more designed for concealed carry. As I said, this is a steel framed 1911, which is the way it should be, to be honest, as much as people hate to admit that. It's just the traditional way of it. This is the 5-inch variant, 1/16 twist on the barrel, match grade barrel. It has a 2-piece magwell, as you can see there. So you can take that off if your heart so desires, but I'm going to leave it on because I like to do performance shooting stuff and reloads matter, as they should to everyone. So one of the biggest features on this, and this is one of the reasons why I really wanted to get this, is because of these VZ Hydra grips on the side. I think they look really nice with that black and Coyote Brown mix in there. And that's the other side there. It's also got 20 LPI checkering on the front, as well as an aggressive checkering on the back. I don't think it's as aggressive as what's on the front, but it certainly does not move in your hand when you hold it. Basically, everyone that I've talked to that has held this gun, their first thing they say is like, this thing is grippy, and it is very grippy. This thing will not move out of your hands when you shoot it, which is why I wanted this so bad, because 45 obviously has a little bit more recoil than 9mm. I have 4 9mm guns. This is my first 45 caliber handgun, and I wanted something that I could actually hold on to. So that's why I decided to go with this. So the overall length of this is 8.6 inches in overall length, with a height of 5.5 inches. I don't know if that matters to anyone, if those statistics matter to anyone. It does come with 3 magazines, which I thought was really nice. It comes with 3 Metgar magazines. These are 8-round magazines. I do have some Wilson Combat magazines that the 10-rounders, and I haven't had too much luck with them. They've been a little finicky. I did contact Wilson Combat about it, and they said that the springs are tight in it, and I have to kind of give it a while, like leave the mags loaded for a while to let the springs kind of stretch out. But it's like, if you're paying $40, $45 a magazine, I should be able to take it out of the box and use it immediately without having to break it in. So that's just my thought on that. I'm sure people have had better luck with Wilson Combat mags, but at least the 10-rounders, they don't work well in this gun, and they also tend to get stuck on the front strap here. It's like right in this area, they tend to get stuck, and I have to rip the magazine out because of the front lip on the magazine. I don't have any of those magazines with me right now, so I can't really show you that, but take my word for it. They feed after the first round. So you put the first round in, you send the slide home, and it doesn't all the way go into battery, and you kind of have to like pull the slide back and move it around a little bit for it to actually go into battery. So that's a little frustrating, but the standard 8-round mags, they work flawlessly. I haven't had any issues with those. This does use a 2-piece guide rod, and it requires a, I don't know if you can see it there or not. It requires a hex key to get in there and take the handgun down. So there are some gripes that I've found online about this. One of the big gripes that I've seen is that there's a lot of MIM parts in this, MIM is basically, they're cast parts. They're not forged parts, and they're a lot cheaper to make. And people basically make the claim that the Dan Wesson guns are better, better in terms of price because they're forged parts and they're not cast parts. I haven't had any issues with the MIM parts in this, and like if it's gonna work, then like why does it matter? And MIM parts nowadays are a lot better than what they used to be, so it's not something that I really care all that much about. So the big pros and cons, this also does have tritium night sights on it. These are Trigicon. Yes, these are Trigicon night sights. I haven't had any issues with these. These have been super accurate, super nice. And you can see them at night when it's dark, which matters, but it doesn't, because it's like if you can see your sights and you're not identifying your target, like you can see the night sights and you're not identifying your target, then there's that whole thing, but whatever. That's beside the point. Not too many cons on this. I do like the pistol, for the majority of the pistol at least. I think the trigger is a little bit to be desired for how much this gun costs, at least. I have probably about 350 rounds on this gun so far, with not too many issues. The only issues I've had, as I said before, were with the Wilson Combat magazines. I originally intended this to be more of like a IDPA competition gun, not carry it so much. I do have a concealed carry holster from QVO Tactical. I don't have it with me at the moment. But it obviously, you know, it's a 39-ounce gun unloaded, so this thing weighs quite a bit. It's also, you know, pretty thick with 3 C's, so it's a little hard to conceal carry, especially considering I appendix carry primarily. Appendix carrying a 1911 is it's some work, I'll say that. So I don't tend to really conceal carry this all that much, but I'm sure you could. And they, as I said before, they do make a concealed carry model, which is a 4.25 inch barrel model, which I haven't personally shot, but I'm sure is a lot better for concealed carry, considering it's a lot lighter and it's smaller and it won't print as much. But you could certainly get away with it with this. But yeah, it's been pretty good though. This pistol has been pretty good. There was a lot of YouTubers that were doing reviews on it that were sent this handgun from Springfield Armory to actually review it for them. I obviously paid for it myself because I thought it looked really nice. I thought the color of this looked super nice. So I kind of just, I had to have it. And plus it's got an accessory rail, so I can put my my X300 on there, which is my preferred light of choice for full-size guns. But yeah, overall it's a, you know, it's a really nice handgun. It's super smooth, as you can see there. Very smooth handgun, as all 1911 should be. But we'll go ahead and we'll try out this trigger, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the trigger. It is a little heavy for my liking, but I mean, it is supposed to be a tactical response pistol, so it is supposed to be kind of like a more duty-oriented pistol, which is understandable why they would make the trigger the way that they did. But for a lot of the old-timers, you know, they're expecting like a 3 or 4 pound pull. This is probably like a 5 or 6 pound pull. I don't exactly have the trigger weight here in front of me, but we can go ahead and we can work this trigger together. So there's just this slight amount of travel there. You hit your wall, and then you put about 5, 6-ish, and then it breaks. So we'll try that again. So you have a little bit of that wall there, about 6 pounds, and it lets off. So it's still a pretty crisp trigger. I'm able to shoot with this pretty well. I haven't had any issues trying to group it or any issues trying to, you know, hit targets. I can hit targets. I've hit targets out to, I think, yeah, out to 50 yards with this. relatively easily. So the performance. So as I said, I don't know if I said this before or not, I do a lot of performance shooting. So I do a lot of drills at the range. I don't just sit there and shoot trash. I like to do, you know, build drills, like different USPSA kind of drills. So I do like to run my guns at speed. This gun is certainly capable of running at speed. It is a 45, so it is a little bit harder to track your sights between shots, but you can certainly run this pretty quickly. I think my fastest build drill with this was like 2.6 seconds or so, and normally I run it in like 2.1, 2-ish, around there. I know it's still kind of slow in terms of performance shooting. I'm trying to get better, but you could certainly run the gun pretty fast with this. I do have a few videos I'm going to try to throw in here maybe towards the end, and you can kind of see how the muzzle flip is. And I was shooting it with one hand, but you can definitely tell that it is it's a lot better than something like a Glock in 45. I've shot probably about 3,000 rounds through a 45 Glock, and this is significantly better. It's a lot heavier, so it would just kind of make sense that this is a lot easier to shoot, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I'll let you guys kind of get a good overall look at this thing. So it has had some wear right there on the barrel. I do keep this thing like pretty lubed up, like pretty well lubed, and it still manages to get some wear. I'm sure that's normal. Again, this is my first 1911, so I don't know what wear is normal. I don't know if that's a normal amount of wear. I mean, as I said, I've only put about 350 rounds through this, but it hasn't caused me any issues. You know, that wear isn't causing me any problems. So if it's not going to cause issues, I don't really care all that much about it. And I like my guns to be used, so I don't just kind of keep this thing in the safe and put it away. Generally, I try to use my guns, because if you're going to buy it for, you know, almost $2,000, you might as well use it, and not just like leave it in the safe and let it rust away. But yeah, that's the overall review of this thing. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on it. I do really enjoy this gun, and I'm excited to be shooting this more. So if anyone has any questions or anything like that, feel free to leave it in the comments. Feel free to leave comments on the video, letting me know what you guys want to see next. If you guys want to see more performance shooting videos with this, I can certainly go and do that. But yeah, have a nice day.